Charlie. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
It's time for a Q&A. I was meant to come to here. Alright, let's crack open it up and go, because it is time to begin a Q&A. Alright, so I have my YouTube studio app up. Oh my god, that scared the balls out of me. Okay, so to start off today, I'm gonna just jump into my comments on the side here, my notifications, and just go through from, I'll just start with Zackle5. He asks me, is mayonnaise an instrument? Actually, I said that wrong. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No. The horseradish isn't an instrument either. The next question is from LiveVlog. So LiveVlog says, can you film 4K with this camera? I can with this camera. Only problem is, this camera films 4K at 15 frames per second. Now, I'll pull up what 4K looks like. So by all means, when I'm using the, when I've got the viewfinder and stuff, it moves in 60 frames. It looks really good. But get ready for it. And we are now in 4K. However, the 4K is at 15 frames per second. This is what the 4K frame rate looks like, and it's pretty god awful. The next question is from Bryn Dorgo. What equipment do you use for your videos? Editing software. Just curious. Alright, well, this is the one that I absolutely love. But to start it off, my two main cameras I use, two Nikon J5s. They're part of the 1 series, which means they all have this, these two have the same mounting bracket for lenses, which is the 1 mount. They both are the ones I use because they shoot in 1080p, but they shoot at 60 frames per second, which is what I shoot all my videos in. The reason I also really like them is because their video is really crisp, and they also have really nice quick focus. Like if this works the way I want it to, have a look at how quick that just pulled that focus, and now it's back to me. That to me is an invaluable asset for any vlogger. Jesus, Freddy died. Sorry guys. Hang on, I'll just make a Frankenstein's Fredbear. Oh, this camcorder I've got here is a really, really cool little guy. There was another one of my vlogs where I talked about the cameras that I had and the ones that I used. But this one I want to do again because it's been specifically asked of me. But this one right here is a Panasonic HC W570M. This is a great little camcorder, and it was what started my original YouTube. And he's got a massive zoom. Hello everybody. This is on the Panasonic. But the other cool thing about it is you see how you're on the camera just there. If I zoom in, all of a sudden I can get on the stuffed toy over there. I would say, I just want to have a little bit of a closer look at that nail over there. Look at that. So yeah, there you go. That's this camera, and a cool thing it has. When I was using my face cam, this guy was my face cam. Fundamentally an amazing camera. It has a sharp image, an amazing zoom. I have my other mirrorless camera, the one that I started with. This is a Sony A5000. If you want to know the actual reason I bought it, it's because I looked it up, and it was on Facebook Marketplace. It has a little flippy screen, so I can see when I'm, if I'm vlogging, I can see it. The camera itself had always had really good rave reviews. It was a mirrorless camera, so I could, like I showed you before, I could take the lens off and put it back on. It's all really good. And I bought it because online I read that it did 60 frames at 1080, which is what these J5s do. Problem being, I didn't realize it does it at 60i, or interlaced frames. Basically, interlaced frames work like this. Here's one frame, here's the other frame. And what happens is that the camera splices them together, so you have 60 half frames that make 30 full frames. So 60i is exactly the same as 30p. Actually, technically it's not exactly the same. But for all intents and purposes, for what we're doing, it is 30p. Which means that I had next to no way to slow down my video, and my B-roll just wasn't as good. But there is one thing on this camera that I love, and I've said it in a few vlogs that I've used it, and I'm going to show you guys right now. What I absolutely love is the color of this camera. How amazingly good it looks. And its depth of field is outstanding. It also has really quick focus as well. As you can see, like its depth of field, just like looking at these pop figures. Look at that. Such strong depth of field. So the other kind of poor thing about this camera is it also is a bit harder to import as well because it uses AVC HD. And AVC HD is a different kind of encoding format that makes the videos actually kind of higher quality, but it's really hard to deal with. So if I don't import it directly into my program, I can't really do much else with the files. Like, oh, finally have a good shot. No worries, motorbike drives right past. Then the last camera I want to talk about is a parkmate. This guy right here. Hey, we're on. So this awful frame rate that I'm filming in right now is the 1080p variant that I can film on this. Has a nice cool fisheye look on it so you can see everything. It's kind of nice. It also has a little LCD screen on it. The LCD screen is probably the reason that I wanted it the most over a GoPro. However, after looking at the terrible frame rate I get for 1080p, I can say that the GoPro probably would have been a better purchase. Now I'm recording at 720p. So all of a sudden the frame rate's a lot better, the quality's not great. This camera's not great for vlogging on, but if I wanted to, I could. The audio's pretty awful. I don't think there's another input, but there you go. This is the Parkmate. How could I forget? The piece de resistance, the thing that you pay several $1,000s for, that you hardly talk on anymore, more write messages and browse the internet with, the iPhone. This is my other main camera that I use when the other ones I can't, like when I just don't have access to it. When I have my little mount up here, which I'll get more to later, when I have that available and don't have any other cameras with me, and using this one is not in great favor because it's 24 frames a second versus the 30 of everything else, I dare say this one is my one I go to. The iPhones have amazing quality in the light, in the dark not so much. But this phone is fantastic, and it's currently my only camera that shoots anything above 50 frames in 4K, which I film now on the iPhone in 4K, just in case I might decide I want to get a Ken Burns slide or anything like that. So my lights that I use here are ones that I bought off eBay for $100. They just got tricolor light on them. As you can see, this thing is going Burko in the film. They all have a fuse inside them, which is really good, so in case there's a surge or something, the fuse will blow and not the rest of the lights. They have 5 individual switches on them, which is really handy. They're both exactly the same. They came in a pack of that with 5 globes each, and it was like $110 or something. Then of course you have all the globes inside. They're all the Mr. Whippy kind. They're all the white globes because I really don't like tungsten and I really don't like yellow light. Here was a light I picked up from Kmart of all places. Came in a selfie stick kit. This right here is a great little thing. It's not charged up at the moment because I forgot to charge it overnight, but it has an awesome lighting capability, so it's going to be a little bit dead now, but even still with this, it looks really strong, and it lights up my face in the dark really well. Yeah, that's most of my stuff. So this is the big mama, and this is the baby, but if I need for some reason to go out in public, or if I want slightly higher quality or more clear audio, I use my lavalier, and this just goes into the phone. You guys will have seen this. These are my $17 tripods that I bought from Australian Big W as well. I cram paper in the joints up here to make them stiffer to move. My main camera's died again. It's too hot for it. It's kind of getting a little bit ridiculous now. I don't know how much that would have got, but I'm just going to condense it. I record my audio for my voice through the microphone that I'm speaking with in Audacity. I make my music in GarageBand. It is now a very good program, and I edit in Final Cut. Alright, the next question I've been asked is by a user called Lack of Brains. Lack of Brains has asked me, when my internet wants to work, what kind of games do you like? Any specific genres? Well, I enjoy puzzle games. I love horror games because I love being made to jump. And funnily enough, yes, I do actually enjoy being made to jump. And I also really like, what would I say, like first-person shooters aren't always my thing, but I love playing them because I'll do something inside them and try to be a winner in the game by doing something stupid. So often when I play with like my friends and stuff like that, they're way better at it than I am. The Sea Eagle 1 has left a first and a third comment on my videos So thank you for the views. The next one I have is from Pant, who said, what inspired you to start your channel? The Netwinder channel was actually one that I started after I began working at my previous workplace, because I had actually spent some money and I was like, screw it, I need a good computer, because my last laptop, the one that I pulled apart actually, that one died on me, it just wouldn't turn on, and I was like, that's cool, no worries, I'll go out and I'll buy a big computer, a nice expensive computer. And that's what I did. And at that point in time, I found out that I had access to Shadow Play because I have an NVIDIA graphics card, and I thought, that's awesome, I can record my gameplay inherently to my computer. I didn't know it was this easy. Well, that's 30 seconds of my life I'm never going to get back. But yeah, so I bought a mic stand for my microphone because I had a little crappy boom stand that kept like falling over. It couldn't even hold itself up. And I was like, why don't I just bump up the gain on the microphone and try doing what I would consider to be a let's play? To answer your question, frankly, the thing that inspired me to start my channel was Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, those two people. As I started getting more and more confident out in public, I decided to start filming myself a little more and doing some more skits and things because I thought that skits are really funny and I want to make content on it. And that came from YouTubers like Tomska. My games weren't getting a lot of traction, and my vlogs that I was starting to experiment with, which that was why I bought this camera, because I thought I want to get some skits going, and I thought, screw it, I'm going to try a vlog. The vlog started to get a little bit more, a bit more interest than the games were as a whole, which was really interesting considering that my channel was a gaming channel. So then I kept moving through and started doing a vlog and a game a day, and that happened for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then to get to the vlog point I'm at now, Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat, those people have really influenced me to be where I'm at. So overall, I can say right to this day, Markiplier's personality, Peter McKinnon's style of talking and videography, Casey Neistat's idea of B-roll, and iDubbbz as well. iDubbbz I really like the randomness of his humor. Right touchy, my friend. You've left me an awesome comment. Netwinder, your channel seems to have the momentum of a runaway freight train. Why are you so popular? Can I ask you any other questions? Because, 2 cars in every garage and 3 eyes on every fish, what you need. You mention or make reference to a passport in your childhood toy video. Where did you travel to? Would you go back there? And where, if anywhere, would you like to go in the future? All hail Princess Trunks! And what is your favorite meme right now? And for Femwinder, I really like that name, by the way. What's it like watching your boyfriend talking to a camera in public and restaurants? First part, yes. In case anybody else didn't get it, Google two cars in every garage and 3 eyes on every fish. It's a Simpsons episode. Brilliant episode. It's so funny. Now, the passport in my childhood toy video. I traveled to America when I was 11. That was 2005 when I had my golden Mickey Mouse ears. As for going back to America, I'd love to. To be honest, I really want to. I just really enjoyed my time in America, and it seems like a place that I'd love to go back to. And if not for myself, for the vlog. There's a few memes that I absolutely love at the moment. There's one that I see going around, and it's the kid who's it's like, why the f*** X, Y, and Z? And I really, really enjoy Big Shaq with Man's Not Hot. For some reason, I really, really like that meme. I actually kind of, embarrassingly enough, enjoy the song. I'm gonna give the guy credit. The rhythms are really cool that he uses. Now, I'm gonna have to get Femwinder on camera. Femwinder, what's it like having me record everywhere in like restaurants and stuff? What's it like?
I'm used to it, I guess, but he's a freak anyway, so...
And there you have it. She loves it. But yeah, so everybody, that's gonna do it for this Q&A. Thank you all so much, so much for watching. It has been fantastic. Prepare for more stupidity, more taping of pop figures and destroying of objects soon.